Okay, students. So last week we have talked about narrative text, and when reading about narrative text, do you notice uh, about where two clauses or two sentences is connected? Uh, what is the name of the element that connects the two clauses and the two sentences? Anyone can help? For example, is I'm riding bicycle, and then the other sentences is my sister is riding motorcycle. What kind of what word that you can use to connect the words and what it is called? Yes, anyone?
Me, ma'am.
Yes, Arif.
I think it's conjunction.
That's great. And what kind of what example of conjunction that you can use to connect both words?
And, ma'am.
Yes, that's right. So as Ari said, the word will is connected by the conjunction and the connected version would be I riding a bicycle and my sister is riding motorcycle. So let's take a look on our material today, which is about conjunction. Hmm. Okay, can you see my screen now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let's talk about conjunction for today. And as I mentioned, and as Ari said before, we can know that conjunction is an element of a word that used to connect equivalent units such as word to word, phrase to phrase, clause to clause, or sentence to sentence. We know that there are two kinds of conjunction. The first is compound conjunction, uh, and it is in compound conjunction we also have coordinate conjunction and correlative conjunction. And the other kind is complex conjunction, which connect main clause and the subclause. However, for today, let's talk for compound conjunction first. So in compound conjunction, it consists of these seven conjunction that you can call it as fanboys. The first one is for, and, nor, but, or, yet, and so. And as you can see here, they can be used in different function. So in for, it's used to explaining the cause uh, of an action. And then for n is uh, as Arif said in the beginning of the class, it used to connect the equivalent uh, word of or phrases like this. So in this one, this sentence mean that the Mr. Wilson does not just invited me, but also him. And these are the other kinds, the other coordinate conjunction that you can use. So is there any question for now?
Not yet, ma'am.
Okay, so uh, Before we are going further to the material, please open your book, page 15, and then let's do some exercises there.
Students, after last week, you have learned about a conjunction. This time, you will move into a new topic about descriptive text. Uh, okay, students, have you ever read a descriptive text before? Anyone can give their opinion?
I think no, sir. I haven't read one before.
Okay, all right. If anyone haven't ever read a descriptive text before, we will learn about it today. All right, then I will give you a slide to give a better idea about what is descriptive text. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay. Before we move, do you know what object in this picture is?
A dog, sir.
Dog, sir.
Yes, that's right. It is a dog. And then anyone willing to read this text? I'm sorry. I think Jagat, can you read the text?
Yes, sir, of course. Okay. Ross is a small puppy. His size is as big as the palm of my hand. Ross is so fragile. Sometimes I'm afraid I will hurt him if I want to take him up. Dad said he found Ross near our house and Dad decides to bring him home. Now it's been a year. Ross' small body has grown up into the size of a football ball.
Thank you, Jagat. All right, after you read the text, what do you get from it? From the text?
I think that descriptive text describes about something, maybe from the characteristic or maybe from the yes. According to this text, it describes the characteristic of the dogs.
Yes, exactly. This is a text called a descriptive text, especially in the text describe the dog characteristics. And then what is description text actually? As you can see, the descriptive text will give you detail about an object. It can be a human, animal, or building. The text contain characteristic or information about an object, like what I say. From the text in previous slide, what type of object it described? Anyone can answer? Jagat?
I'm sorry, sir. Can you repeat the question?
Okay. What type of object it described in the previous slide? Is it building, human, or animal?
It is animal, sir.
What?
It is an
Mm,
emotion.
yes, that's correct. And then the function of descriptive text is to give a clear idea what the thing looks like in the first example it can describe about the dog. The descriptive text will also make you imagine as if the object present in front of you. So if you make if you want to make a descriptive text, make sure you write it as clear as possible. Then the descriptive text also can give you an idea about the function, habits, and characteristic of someone. Then can you see a book in the right uh, book icon or book image?
Yes, sir. You can see it.
Uh, Anyone can give description about this book? I think Lestari, can you describe it?
Right, sir. So the book is the the cover is pink and we have blue somehow there, and the paper is white, and the book and the book may contain uh, a lesson maybe.
That's all.
And also it has flowers on it. Yeah, I think that's all.
Everyone agree with what Lestari said?
Yes, sir.
I think yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir. I agree.
and then we can move. After this, uh, I'll I'll give you the explanation about what language feature you can find in descriptive text. There are four language feature that's oftenly included in a descriptive text. The first one is adjective. Uh, in this text, can you point out which one is included include the adjective? Do you know which one is adjective?
Me, sir.
Yes, Arif. Which one?
I think it's in the first sentence. The adjective small, sir.
Yes, that's right. This is one example of adjective tag. I mean adjective word. The adjective is a word that describe a noun. And next language feature we can find in descriptive text is noun. Uh, can you can you point out what noun that described by adjective in this text?
Puppy, sir.
Yes, Alice.
The noun that is described by using the adjective is puppy, as shown as this one. Rose is a small puppy.
Yes, this text describes Rosie as a puppy, and you can see uh, the noun here has a role as a subject that described by adjective. It also can be followed by a verb or anything that can describe about the noun. And then the tenses that's been used in the descriptive text is present tense. Uh, as you have learned about present tense in before, right?
Nothing, yes, sir.
Yes. Uh, the formula of present tense is subject plus verb one. Anyone know the reason why descriptive text use present tense, not other tense? I think Arif, can you answer?
No idea, sir.
The other? Alice?
I don't know, sir. I think all of my friends don't know the reason.
Alice, do you know the reason?
I'm sorry, I'm not quite catching the uh, question, sir. And I heard that someone was answering before me.
Okay, if you don't know, I'll give you a homework to find the reason why the descriptive text has used present tense and not other tense. Okay, that's all for the explanation about descriptive text. Do you have any question? Anyone have a question?
I think no, sir.
No, sir.
Lestari, Alice, do you have any question?
No, sir.
No, sir. So,
Okay, if not, please open your book at page 25. There is a task you need to do. Alright, students, good luck to do the task. I will close the slide.
All right, students. So last week we've already discussed about planning to go somewhere, right? So we've already done some works, some learnings about the topic for the past two meetings, and now we continue to a new topic about captions. So, does anybody know what captions are?
Me, sir.
Okay, Arif Barlaman, go ahead.
Caption is sentence that that ha- that follow image. I think that
That is close, Hassan. That's a very close answer. Very good. Anyone has any different opinion about it? So Hassan said that captions are, well, what is it again, Hassan?
the sentence that follows an image.
Yes, a sentence that follows after the image. Perhaps anyone has a different opinions or any different ideas than
May I,
Hassan?
sir?
Yes, Alice, go ahead.
Maybe what Hassan mean is the sentence can help us to give an explanation about the image.
So explanations about the image. Sentence explanation. Okay. Um, Anyone else want to share different ideas about it, or adding something from the ideas that your friend just explained before? No one else then?
I think no, sir.
Okay. So it's just as your friend just said previously, just now. Um, Captions or sentences that precedes image that explains about some things from those image. Right. Would like to share the screen to see if those are actually right. Can anyone see the screen?
Yes,
Great, that's great. So, if you see these pictures, I provide to you before your eyes, 5 pictures of different things that may give you some different kind of feelings when you see it for the first time. Yeah, it's these 5 pictures. You can also just explain about one pictures or two or.
Please, sir, may I?
Yes, Lestari, go ahead.
So I think when the first time you open this slide, the first thing I said is this scenery pictures on the right corner of these slides, and
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this picture is amusing.
Amusing. or,
Like,
ra- or rather, you're amazed, rather.
yes, maybe we can say it amaze, like because it's a scenery and it's beautiful. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I can agree with you as well. The scenery photo that I put in the slides does looks beautiful and amazing at the same time. So, Lestari just said that the pictures of the scenery is amazing and beautiful. That is basically what caption is. So, a photo. When you see a photo and then you want to share this photo to anyone else, especially in social media, which I assume that every one of you have already tried before or be part of your life, correct? Yes, I can see your nods. So yeah, you want to share this beautiful picture to everyone, and then you post it in social media, like for example, Facebook. Of course, you don't just post a picture. You want to on a Facebook post. Thus, you write something like, I feel that the scenery is so amazing and beautiful that I really want to cry. For example, like that. And yeah, that is what the caption is. It's just like Alice and Hassan said before. It's a string of sentences that precedes an image, as well as to explain about those pictures, and actually video as well. And this is our more cohesive explanations. It is messages that represent an image or video. And here is what I think is the important one. Often used to put basic information about some things from a picture or video. Just like what I try to try to show to you just in the previous slides about Lestari giving her impression about a picture. That is the basic information. So the basic information is that the picture is amazing and beautiful, and those information are to be shown to anyone. Especially in social media, captions are very oftenly used. It can be used to highlight certain information from an image or video. And I will be give you some example of a real use of captions in social media and in the next slide. All right, everyone. So here is a slide about an example of real use of captions. I've screenshotted a post from Instagram from the NetGeo account. So I would like to ask to you, what can you see or what can you understand from this post? Where's the captions? Can anyone can share their thoughts?
Mr. Minun.
Yes, Jagat, go ahead.
Okay, so this post looks like a describes current the current situation of the city, namely the city of Leh in India's Himalaya region, which is surrounded by snow leopard habitats.
Very good. So yeah, as we can see here, the post explains about the city of Leh, and we see here that the photo is in the city itself. It's in the India's region, and that it is the habitat of the animal snow leopard. So from the first sentence, we know that the photo is about a city, and then in the next few sentences, we suddenly talk about snow leopards. So what is interesting about caption is that it also gives more information about certain things, a unique information about the that is interesting and related to the photo, related to the information that we just understood about the city of Leh. So, and then we see some trivial facts about snow leopards, about the about the opinion of researchers and conservations, communities that oversee these snow leopard habitat, that they are trying to conserve these animals and tries to protect the animal from extinction, so much, so forth. And yeah, that's the basic thing about caption. Now on the next slide, I will give another example of use of caption. Right, in this slide, I present you a screenshot of another Instagram post. We see a picture, we see an image, and the image itself contains a text. We see here, believe Ukraine will win. So this post is actually has context. It's related to the current situation between Russia and Ukraine that I'm pretty sure you already understood some stuff about it from news and all sorts. So what I want to say is that the text inside the image, the text in the image itself can be considered as caption. So it's not just the description that you put on the post is just a caption, but a text in the image itself is also can be considered as caption. So let us get back to the slide. This slide with the 5 images. We see that there are 2 images that has a text in it, right? You see one of it says, "Would you just book a trip and you can't wait any longer?" Those texts can be considered as caption itself as well. So that that from that we can understood that the image itself has a context that someone or perhaps you can relate when you just book a trip to somewhere. Perhaps you want to go to a trip to Surabaya with your friend, and using some you book transportation such as perhaps train or airplanes, if there are any airplanes in Malang. I'm pretty sure there isn't, but might be wrong. And when you just really enthusiastic about your trip to Surabaya that you really can't wait any longer and you feel related to the image, that's how effective caption is. So it's not just words in the post in the social media post, but also in images as well. And yes, I guess I already explained much about captions, so I think that this image doesn't have any purpose, so to speak. So I guess I just want to show you about the cute big cat pictures. But again, even if there are lacks of words in the post, we see that there are small sequence of icons. We see that those icons are hearts, and I think with the advancement of communications in this era, we are not we're not always restricted to words, but to icons as well. So of course you've understood that these small icons are emojis. You often use it to further express some sentences when you're chatting with your friends. Everyone can relate to that, yes. That you use emojis when you chat with your friends. That's what I think is great about technology now. That we are beyond boundaries of just words, but also images. So I hope that I found. So I hope you guys found. So I hope you found that the cat pictures are cute. Anyway, so yeah. I've already explained much about captions, so I think to further enhance your knowledge about it, let us go to the book. let us open up page 34 and 35. There will be a task or assignments that we are going to do today, and so I ask you to do so. Right, I'll be stop sharing for now, and right, let us go to the book.
Okay, everyone. So we have talked about in our previous lesson we have talked about the name of the day and the months, how you what is it? How you say date maybe. So you have ordinary number that you used to that you usually say like 1, 2, 3, and something. But if it goes to date and time, you will have a special sayings number. So anyone can mention what is the name of the number.
Me, ma'am.
Yes, please.
Are you talking about time, ma'am?
Yes. Okay, so what I mean with my question here is you have ordinary number. When you say it, 1, 2, 3, and something else, you call it cardinal number. But when it goes to time, when it especially date, we call it ordinal number. So it's okay. I will share the screen first. Can you see my screen, everyone?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, here we have cardinal numbers. So this is the usual numbers that you know, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. And then when it comes to date, you have ordinal numbers. So you have first, second, third, fourth, something. So it is in order. The first, yang pertama, the second, the third, fourth, and then you will combine it with the months of the year. So you will say 1st of January, 3rd of November for stating date. Okay, we have talked about it in this previous lesson. So now we're going to talk about time. Yeah. So when you meet someone and you don't know what time this exactly, you will actually ask them, "What time is it? What's the time, please?" And then after that, they will look at the clock for you, and then oh, okay, this is 9. This is 10.5, something like that. So, and when you say the time, you can add a clock uh, uh, after the time that stated in your clock. What time is it? Now it's 8 o'clock. It's 5 o'clock. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So you have AM and PM here. Who anyone can tell me what is the difference between the time that shows AM and PM? Can anyone tell me?
Can I answer?
Yes, please. Arif Barlaman, please.
AM is after 12 in midnight until 12 in afternoon, and then PM is stand for the clock between 12 in the afternoon and 12 in the midnight.
Yes, that's correct. So we have two division of the time, which is AM and PM. And as Arif Barlaman said, AM will the AM times will run after 12 o'clock midnight. So after 11:59, it will turn to 12 o'clock in the midnight, and it will automatically turn into AM. So you're not using PM anymore. So it's going to be AM, and you will move to another day. And it's same thing in the afternoon, in the 12 in the afternoon. After 11:59, you will move to PM. You will move to 12 PM. So the time will stop. Sorry, the time will stop in the 11:59. You change to PM, and it will continue until like that. So you so if you find it's 8 a.m., so it's obviously 8 in the morning, but then when you find 8 p.m., you will that is obviously 8 in the night. So please don't mix up. Okay. And if I ask you to do the homework with the deadline 11:59 p.m., so it means that I want you to submit it before today midnight. And if the deadline is 12 a.m., you still should submit it before midnight. It's not in the next day, but it's what we think it's today midnight. Okay. Yeah, this is the things that you have to know. You will probably find people saying the clock not in a form of minute, like not 11:15 or 11:30. Maybe they will say it as quarter past, quarter to half past, and so on. So the quarter is it's obviously the quarter of the clock. You have 60 minutes, so the quarter must be 15 minutes. So if it's if it's 9 past 15, it can you can say it 9:15. So the quarter first and then past 9. Or if it's here, you can say it's 9:45, quarter to something. The number after it, jam 9 kurang 15, it's it you can say quarter to 9 and and for the 30 minutes it must be and a half, so it's going to be 9.5, 10.5, something else. Okay, and for the other, you can, yeah, this is the 8:30. You can say the half first and then half past the number, this number, not this number. So it's not going to, you're not going to say 9 past, a half past 9 when it shows like this, but it is 8:30 because this is 8 and you pass a half hour of it, and it will called 8:30. Okay, and for the rest you can say it as the minute, like 5, 10, like 9 past 5, 9 past 10, 9, 5 to 9. But when you say this half, 9 kurang or something kurang berapa, you say the minutes first and then you say the hour. So it's going, you going to say 5 to 9, not 9 to 5. 8 to sorry, 10 to 8, 10 to 7. It's not 7 to 10, but 10 to 7. Okay. So you will actually have two part of the clock. The first half you will say it pass. So the clock plus the past, like 9 past 10, 9 past 15, 12, 20, and something else. But in here, in the number of 7 until 11, you say it 2. And so from the number of 1 until 5, you say pass, and from the number of 7 until 11, you will say it 2. Okay, understand everyone? So now to check your understanding, I want you to open your book page 40, and you will find the exercise you can do about the time. You can work on it. I'll give you 15 minutes to finish it, and after that we can discuss about it. Understand everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, understood.
Okay, good then. So you can start from now. Thank you.
Okay, so we already learned, last week we already learned about introduction and the topics that we discuss in an introduction and some phrases that are common in introduction. And this week we will going to learn about a new topic about can you see my screen, my students?
Yes.
Yes, we will discuss about the descriptive text. So, when you heard about this phrase, descriptive text, what comes to your mind? What is your opinion on this text? What will it be? What will it going to be? This text.
Me, sir?
Anybody can? Yes, Arif Suhardi, go on.
I think from the name itself, descriptive, I guess it's similar to the word describe, so I think it must mean a text that describes her.
Yes, that is quite good answer from Arif Suhardi. And we will see if it is correct, fully correct. So, what is a descriptive text? As Arif Suhardi said earlier, a descriptive text is to describe something. It is a kind of text that used to describe something in detail. And then it gives an idea on how things were seen or look like, or we can say the characteristics of a certain thing. And then it focuses only on one object. So it means that we will only talk about a single thing. We cannot describe more than one thing in a descriptive text. And then this text can be done without any research beforehand, but I think it is optional whether you want to do a research before you make a descriptive text. But mostly you can make a descriptive text based on your knowledge on something. And then we move to the next slide. The structure. There are only two parts of the text, which is identification and description. So identification means the introduction to the participant. It basically introduces the most common thing about the subject in the text. For example, Michael Jeffrey Jordan, or known as Michael Jordan, is a famous basketball athlete from USA. So who doesn't know sorry who doesn't know Michael Jordan is? So it's a famous basketball athlete from USA. And sorry this right here is a common thing to know about Michael Jordan. So just as I explained earlier, it introduces the most common thing about the subject discussed in the text. And the next one is description, which is the characteristics and details about the participant. So after you introduce your subject, you can describe them from every aspect. Either it is from, you can start it from their birth date, or maybe how did you find it, or maybe some fun facts about the object. It doesn't matter. What matters is you describe what you know about the subject in the text. And then the elements of the text. We got 4 elements of descriptive text. I'm sorry. The first one is specific and only one participant. And yes, as I already said earlier in the second slide, I think, we can only choose one subject to describe in this text, and it must be a specific one. For example, maybe you want to describe your favorite things, or maybe your favorite game, or maybe your favorite movie, favorite person, uh, something like that. And then the second one is frequent usage of noun followed by adjectives. For example, a giant house. So this is noun, which is house, and followed by the adjective, which is here. And so this is the adjective, and then this is noun, giant house. And then using simple present tense. I believe that I already explained this tense in the previous meeting. So maybe someone still remember the formula to this tense, the simple present tense? Anyone still remember the formula? Okay, I guess you don't remember the formula. So simple present tense formula is subject plus verb one, and I will show it to you the example later. And the last element is action verbs, which is a verb that describes something that you do at the moment. For example, sleep and then walk and then sit, kind of that verb. And here is the example of the descriptive text. Now I want Arif Barlaman. Please read the text for me.
Yes, sir. Singapore is a Southeast Asian country located between Malaysia and Indonesia. Despite its small size, Singapore is known for its transition as a third world country to the first world country. Singapore also was known as the Asian tiger economy based on external trade and its workforce. Singapore's size is not as big as Indonesia, but the city ranks highly in numerous international rankings for its education, entertainment, finance, healthcare, human capital, innovation, logistics, manufacturing, technology, tourism, trade, and transport. That's all, sir.
Okay, thank you very much, Arif Barlaman, for reading text. So, as you can see here, I already highlight a single sentence, which is Singapore is a Southeast Asian country located between Malaysia and Indonesia. That is the introduction of the text, and the rest from despite its one size until and transport here in the end, it is the description of the text. So yes, as you can see here in the first sentence, the writer introduces Singapore. So what is Singapore is? It is a Southeast Asian country located between Malaysia and Indonesia, and it is I think the most common thing that Singapore known for. And then after that, the author describes the Singapore based on the data known for its transition as a third world country to the first world country, and known as the Asian Tiger Community. I mean, economy. I'm sorry. It's not big as Indonesia, but the city ranks highly in numerous international rankings. That all is the characteristics or the description of Singapore based on the data of the Singapore itself. And then the elements here, as you can see, that the whole text here only describes Singapore. So it's pinpoint to the first element earlier, which is specific and only one participant. Okay, so for the second element, which is frequent uses of noun followed by adjective, we can see in the first sentence, there is this phrase, a Southeast Asian country. So yes, this is the noun, Southeast Asian country, and then this is the adjective. So it is the Southeast Asian country. And then the third one, which is using simple present tense, then we can see here again in the first sentence, Singapore is a Southeast Asian country located between Malaysia and Indonesia. So this right here indicates that the sentence uses the simple present tense. And then for the last one is action verbs. I think in the text that I provide, there are really no no action verbs, but since I think it is quite optional also to use that. So yeah, actually this is action verb is quite optional for it to use. So either you use it or you don't use it, that is fine, as long as you still remember the three core elements of this text. Okay, I think that's all from me, and moving on, please open your module on page 15 until 20. There's some exercise there according to the regarding the descriptive text. So I will give you maybe 20 minutes or 25 minutes to do it. So yes, you can start working on it now.